Well, it's been a good day to hike, good weekend to hike so far. Everything's going pretty good. Connor's first trip out, he went 10 miles the first day, which kind of impressed me for my youngest child, who tends to be the one who will find the easiest way to do something on a regular basis. Maybe you could call that a genius. But this leads me to a conversation I've been trying to have for a couple weeks and figure out how to do it. Culmination points. Connor graduated high school about a month ago now. And that marked an ending to a stage in my life, I believe. I believe everybody has 3 stages in life, pretty much. 3 major ones, at least. The first one is adolescence and learning who you are. Now, that stage can take you till you're 40 years old to get through that stage. It's on you to move on. Second stage is servitude. Servitude is, I've settled down with my sweetheart, I've had a family. Everything I do for every waking moment is for somebody else, pretty much. Whether it be raising my family and making sure my kids have every possible opportunity I can afford them, or making sure that the job gets done right for my boss. This stage, again, can last as long as you want, up until you're 64 or 65, or they just kick you out of work. Whatever. If that's what a lot of people like, that kind of stuff. Some people do it well in their 70s and 80s. Whatever. But for me, my second stage ended when Connor graduated. I decided then and there to quit my job and hike the Appalachian Trail. Now, I've known I was going to do this for quite some time. In 2015, I found a backpacker magazine while I was sitting in a jail for drinking of some sort, and I learned about the Appalachian Trail. I've known that there's national scenic trails. What I didn't know is they go for this long, 2,200 miles or whatever, or even 1,000 miles, or even 200 miles for that matter. But I wound up looking at it and I was like, I'm gonna hike that trail someday. Just in my head, but it's been sitting there tinkering for quite some time. And then somewhere along the line, that voice in my head started saying, you got to do this. Nature is calling. I've always been kind of a guy who liked nature my whole life growing up. I was always up north. It was my favorite place to be. Never stopped being my favorite place to be. Right up until the day it was sold, I was going there, and I loved that place. Now, I don't have a place like that, but the National Trail System is out there. What started out as just going to do the Appalachian Trail has gotten bigger. My boss convinced me to stay working until October 6th, which is a couple days before my 45th birthday. I will quit my job on October 6th, and I'm now going to hike all nearly 18,000 miles of National Scenic Trail. I figure I can probably knock it out in 5 years. Not a big deal. Might have to supplement a little bit here and there. We'll see. But for now, I've been working on the Ice Age Trail. On my third stage of life, I choose to start early. I'm doing me right now. While I can still walk, while I can still do everything I'm supposed to be able to do. While I can still get out of bed and tie my shoelaces, unlike some of the people that I see on job sites, old guys that just keep coming to work every day because they love their job. And that's what they live for. And they can't tie their shoes. They're all fucked up. Their bones are broken. It just, no, that's not for me. I'm gonna make something of it. I've done what everybody says they want to do. I've raised my family, gotten them all through high school, one into college. I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do. Now it's time to move on. And I'm going to do me right now. Them trails are out there. I'm hiking the Ice Age Trail. I'll have it finished in October right now. 1,200 miles. And then we'll move straight on to the Florida Trail. From the Florida to the Appalachian. I'm done a little bit early. I might do a different trail before the Appalachian. But by then, the next year, I'll have finished the Ice Age Trail, the Florida Trail, and the Appalachian Trail. Roughly 4,000 miles of trail. Or 5,000 almost. So, big goals, big goals. My time will not be spent idly. I am going to be on the move all the time. And I highly encourage everybody else, if you see the Appalachian Trail and see these trails and all these beautiful places, say, oh, I can't do that because I got house payments, I got a family. You can't do that because you've made excuses to not do it. The world will not stop if you quit making your house payment and hit the trail. Sell the house, hit the trail. Doesn't matter. If you keep making excuses, you'll never get out there. You'll be there, you'll be at that job until you're 70, unable to move or walk, and always look back with regrets. Oh, I wish I would have done that when I was your age. I could have done that when I was your age. I don't want to have them regrets. I'm going to do something epic. And just finishing the Ice Age Trail, 1,200 miles, is epic. The Appalachian Trail is epic. I want to leave behind a legacy that it doesn't matter how big it is. You can do it. It doesn't matter what your position is. You can get to it and you can do it. So, whether it be being the best video game player in the world or being a long distance hiker, don't make excuses. Get out there and do it. Grab life by the horns. So that's it.